Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, it's the return we've been waiting for.
No child support for 30 years and you came back? You was a dummy.
The brand new trailer for Coming to America 2 is out, and it's all the Eddie and Arsenio we need today. Then sports anchor icon Erin Andrews will join us live with the deets on a streaming service that's totally free. And let me tell you, one member of the Jason Show family is very excited for this interview. And Stephanie Hansen is back, talking one of my favorite subjects, chicken wings. What's her herbs and spices? You'll find out. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon if you're watching us in the afternoon, or if you're watching us in the overnight, please go to bed. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please welcome my sidekick sister from another mister and America's favorite sledding champion, Kendall Mark, everybody. Good morning.
Hello.
How you doing?
Champion. I like that one.
Sledding champion?
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm really good.
I'm really excited. Look, I say this a lot. I'm always very grateful for the job. You don't always love coming to work.
Right.
But one of the best things about this job, is the fact that because of it or through it, I've gotten to live out a lot of dreams, meaning I've gotten to meet a lot of my idols, and I don't take that for granted. And anytime I can see other people do that, it makes me really happy. And today, that's going to happen for you. You love Erin Andrews.
I do. I love her. I've been following her career since like 03, 04, whenever she started at ESPN. Because I love sports, right?
Yes.
I love women in sports. There just weren't a lot of them. Michelle Tafoya. There's so many.
Who I love.
Yeah, and there's
Love
so
Tafoya.
many now, but back then there weren't. And she just made it so much more like, I could do this too. And she's gone on to do all these other things. And I'm a big fangirl.
So what happened was we got pitched an interview for Erin Andrews. Now, normally, I don't allow Kendall to do these interviews. And I'm just joking. I'm kidding. I mean, I'm only serious. But I don't allow her to do these interviews. No, but we're going to be doing a, can you imagine the email? How dare you?
How dare you do
You don't let Kendall do interviews? No.
On your own
show. No, but anyway, we don't usually do dual interviews. Any hoodly doodly. Jeff was telling me what was on the show tomorrow. And he's like, oh, and Erin Andrews, and you passed out like one of those fainting goats.
I did, straight up. Boop.
And I said to Jeff, I go, have her do, there's no let, but have her do the interview. I don't care. I talk for 5 hours every day. I don't care. And then Jeff's like, well, why don't you two do it together? It'd be fun. So I'm excited. I think you should do the whole darn thing, but yeah.
You're going to do the serious part so we at least get into that. That's good.
And then you get to start crying.
I get to just freak out and hyperventilate. And you all get to watch it.
Perfect. Hey, you're also busy because, if you're watching from other cities, Kendall is not only my superb sidekick, but she's also the traffic anchor here at our home station, Fox 9. You've had a very busy morning, traffic, Tina. Beep, beep.
Yes, it was kind of actually, on my level, it was nice to see the roads busy again, because that hasn't happened since the pandemic started, but not nice in the sense that you all had to drive in it.
Yeah.
Real slow this morning, real icy, and I never do things at the 11 o'clock hour after this, and they're having me do something.
So that's, and all over. There's not one roadway that has been spared from this. Because, on the radio show, I have Kenny, my buddy Kenny, do traffic for us.
Yeah.
And I thought of you. I'm like, you two have been busy today. It's because it's so please, y'all use some caution. Be slow.
Be slow.
I was supposed to take Dar to get some meds. I'm like, Mom, can you wait a day?
Yeah.
Please.
Is it an emergency kind of med?
Do we need them right now? Because Daddy wants to get home.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get my little sled dogs. I might have Jeff take me home. I'm just joking.
Okay.
Because Jeff lives like 2 seconds away.
It's true. You could just have a slumber party.
Exactly. Jeff would love that. More quality time with me. Not. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Let's go. Jeff would want to get stuck in the snow. He'd be like, yeah.
I have a car accident. Sorry.
Sorry, I can't go to your slumber party. Let's get started. The much anticipated sequel for Coming to America is going to be released in March. Amazon, it was going to go to a theater, and then Amazon picked it up. So they just dropped the trailer. I haven't seen this yet. I'm going to watch it with you guys. Look.
in that here.
I've just discovered that I may have a son here in this land.
How much child support is she getting from?
The king pays no child support.
No child support for 30 years and you came back? You was a dummy.
Hello, I am Hakim Jaffer, king of Zamunda. You are the heir to the throne.
Yes, my son. He's supposed to be like the prince of Wakanda.
Wakanda is a fictional place.
Not to everybody.
Zamunda is a very real nation.
I don't need no handout. Wait a minute. All right, I'm gonna pack. Okay, baby.
Okay, can this come out right now? Can this come out right now? Let's go home. Come on, I want to watch. Look at, oh my goodness. Leslie Jones. She just cracks me up in general.
I know.
Oh, look at this. We should just roll the whole, I mean.
Forget about us.
Forget about us. We'll do Aaron Andrews in this, and that'll be it. But no, Eddie Murphy and Arsenio are back. Prince Hakeem is set to become king, and he discovers, as you saw in the trailer, he has a son here in America. Coming to America 2 is going to be out March 5th on Amazon Prime. You have to have Amazon Prime to have it, but oh, so good. The first one is such a classic. Such a classic,
yeah.
From tip to tail. And I love, Arsenio was one of the guests people asked, you know, who have been some of your favorite celebrities to come through the Jason Show. Arsenio was one of them. Mm-hmm. He sat right there. He was such a good guy. I could have talked to him for 40 years. His movie career, the Arsenio Hall Show, which was the only show to really challenge Johnny Carson. That's something to be proud of. But yeah, he was a great guy. And he talked about coming to America too. Eddie
really? At that point?
Eddie had just called him and said, hey, do you remember that, Jeff? He kind of mentioned it first here on our show. He said, Eddie just called me and said, what do you think? And Arsenio's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then our good buddy, Louis Anderson, was in the original. So yeah, I can't wait. Next in the dish, the Super Bowl, or I'm sorry, the big game. The ads are leaking early again. Now, before we roll this, let me admit my hypocrisy. I just complained, 2 days ago, that I hate that they release the commercials early. Mm-hmm. Okay, but this is an early commercial that I want to show you because it's really good. Wayne and Garth are back with a very special guest. Look at this.
Woo! Hey, everyone. Welcome to Wayne's World.
Party on, Wayne.
Party on, Garth. As a local access show, we want everyone to support local restaurants.
But we'd never manipulate you the way all these other commercials do.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Totally. We're better than that.
Yeah, we'd never shamelessly rely on a celebrity cameo.
Right, Cardi B?
Yeah, eat local.
Or jump on the latest trend.
Eat local.
All right.
Local eats, Wayne's World, yummy time, excellent.
See? Come on. Come on. Cardi B with Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. And here's the deal. Now I'm gonna go back to my old argument. Kendall, could you imagine if we had seen that live on the Super Bowl? The next day we would be losing our mind.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look, I'm losing my mind now about it. Mm-hmm. But that's what I mean. I do wish they wouldn't I'm grateful they did it today because we needed the content. But I wish they would have waited.
I know, but I think about Cardi B's commercial last year. She did the Pepsi one.
Yeah.
Remember? It was so funny and it was so big. I think this one will continue to be big because she's got a whole slew of people that just love her, and so do Wayne's World.
Seriously, the holding of the babies, the little Wayne and Garth babies. I love them. Dana Carvey is one of my favorite cast members from Saturday Night Live. His George H.W. Bush, 1,000 points of light, none shining anymore. Yeah, it was so good. Next on the dish, Kelly Ripa was on Fallon last night, and believe it or not, this month is her 20th anniversary hosting Live with Regis Lee and Kelly Lee. She talked about the first time she filled in with Reg. Look.
My only concern was that I was very early pregnant with our daughter, Lola. Yes. And nobody knew. Mark and I knew, and nobody else knew. And they said, there's going to be a psychic, and she's going to give you a reading if you don't mind, because we're doing Psychic Week. And I said to Mark, I've got to cancel. I can't do this. And he said, right. And he goes, what? He goes, oh, what? You think a psychic's going to figure out you're pregnant? I go, well, what if she does?
Yeah.
And isn't that what like psychics do?
Yeah.
And Jimmy, it was not only did she figure out I was pregnant in 3 seconds, but she was like, your grandmother, Dee, is here. And I was like, nope, that's not her name. She's like, Esther, but her nickname is Dee. Like she knew, like she figured it all out.
No, I don't know if I could handle it. That's wild stuff.
I knew right away. I knew right away that Kelly was going to get the job after a couple times with Reed. It was Lisa Rinna was a finalist and Ripa. And Ripa was so fresh and had such a great chemistry with Reed. I knew it. I was sitting here in the building at Channel 9 watching, going, yep. Lots more to come. Stay right there, everybody. We'll be back following these words. We are so far from being over. Coming up next, Stephanie Hansen returns with wings, glorious wings. She has her list of the best takeout chicken wings, plus her secrets to making them oh so good at home. Then, live from California, Dax Holt will chat with us about his latest celeb interviews. And she is a sports media icon. Erin Andrews is here to give us the 411 on the latest streaming service that's totally free. Plus, I'll just say this, Kendall is very excited for this interview. That and more when the Jason Show continues. Here we go. Here we go, Kendall. Don't pass out, Kendall. Here we go. Welcome back, everyone. It can cost quite a bit to sign up for the 8,000 streaming services these days, but one app is totally free. Tubi, which is owned by our parent company, the FOX, is full of movies and TV shows that y'all can watch for free. And joining us live to talk Tubi and more is Fox Sports reporter and Tubi spokesperson and all-around fabulous human being, Erin Andrews. Good morning, Erin.
Good morning. I love the sound effects, the music, dead on. You've got to trademark it.
Well, seriously, girl, I mean, they don't give these shows to penguins. I'm telling you. I mean, you know, we're a first-class operation over here, Erin. Okay, I am really excited.
I respect that. Way to go. Especially, I love a good spunk in the morning. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I have some spunk. Well, let me tell you here. I love a good streaming service, and I love classic TV. Can you tell the folks watching the general library or what they can find on Tubi?
Yeah, over 30,000 original movies, TV series, which has been fantastic. And as you mentioned, it's free. And that says a lot right now in this day and age. And I think what's best about Tubi is they kind of explained it. It's the comfort food of movies you didn't know you missed and movies you wanted to see and maybe you hadn't seen in a while, award-winning movies, docu-series. They've got music, they've got fitness, they've got programming for your kids who are at home as well. So they have a little bit for everyone. And some of our favorite Fox shows, don't forget The Masked Singer, Masked Dancer. For me, I need a little help in the kitchen with Master Chef, Hell's Kitchen, which sometimes my kitchen turns into. So they've got something for everybody. And, you know, you mentioned the prices of other streaming services. That's why we believe Tubi is so fabulous and a great complement right now, because you can watch those, but then you have Tubi that's free. It's not costing you anything. So you feel good about that too.
Erin, and people can get it where, like, how they get any other streaming service, right? Is it an app or is it, how do they get it?
Well, you can watch it on, you know, your Amazon Fire TV, your iPhone, anything like that. You just have to go to tubi.tv to download it, sign up for it, and it's easy breezy like that.
Erin, I know I've seen you interview before, and I know that you love the fact that you are an inspiration for female journalists all over, sports journalists. And my sidekick has been inspired by you. And so we wanted her to be part of this interview because you are literally making her dream come true. So, Kendall, take away the second portion of the interview there, Kendall.
Hi, Erin Andrews. This is like
What's
the
up,
coolest
Kendall?
moment. Oh my God, she just said my name.
She did, Kendall. She said your name.
Erin, I have looked up to you for so long because honestly, you I don't think will only go down in history with sports and reporting that way, but everything that you've done from fashion to Dancing with the Stars, and I'm fangirling out so hard right now, but the big thing I really, really need to know is how do you always know how to look better than everybody else? Your fashion sense is insane.
Well, you're amazing. First of all, I don't even know what's cool, what's fabulous to wear. I don't have any sort of sense with any of that. I just kind of just keep it easy. I mean, I'm a collared shirt kind of gal. I'm a bomber kind of jacket girl. I feel like a little less is more, you know what I mean? But hey, I was over the top when I was younger. I really was. I mean, I would go for some things that it's like, wow, do not try this at home, people. But yeah, just keep it simple, you know?
Okay, writing notes, keep it simple. Got it. I also want to know, have you ever been really nervous for an interview? Like, who was it? Who was that interview that you had that you were like,
Kendall, I'm nervous every freaking time I'm on television. Like every time I do my very first hit for a game, I'm shaking. I mean, last time I was nervous when I interviewed Shaq Barrett at the end of the NFC Championship, when I interviewed Aaron Rodgers right before it, when I interviewed Tom Brady heading into that game. You can always tell when I'm nervous when my dad will say to me, I didn't know you had that many teeth in your mouth. I'm smiling so big, I'm almost like yelling. Yeah, I mean, that's why I know I love what I do, because I still get nervous and I get so excited that it's almost like, okay, calm down. I mean, relax, stop drinking the coffee, you're fine. But I think that's what keeps me, you know, excited about my job. That's why I feel like I kind of have an edge, and I'm competitive to get better. So yes, I'm nervous every single time. I'm nervous right now talking to you. You're grilling me. It's like Barbara Walters over here.
Well, we love it. Thank you for making her day and her life. Erin, you're the best.
Thank you.
Bye, Erin. Thank you. Erin Andrews, look for Tubi.
Sweating.
It's all right. People can't see you sweat, don't worry. And if they do, Leo will tell you. Look for Tubi, as Erin said, on all your streaming devices like Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Okay, let's hold on a minute, because I love these moments. I know, believe me, if I could have given you 10 minutes, I would, but but you know I love stuff like this.
Yes.
Why? I mean, you talked a little bit at the top of the show. She's an icon for you.
She really is. So she started in Florida, then she went to Atlanta. So I didn't know her then because they're regional networks. But when I went to college, I quickly knew that I wanted to go into journalism, into sports journalism, and her name came up and I was like, this rings a bell. And someone said, oh yeah, like Erin Andrews, you should check her out. And I did, and right away it was like, wow, she's beautiful, she's confident, but she gets in there and she's not just like this pretty face. She's so well-spoken. She knows what she's talking about. She's smarter than everybody else who's sitting there. Like, it's just really cool and empowering, I think, and she'll go down as somebody who not only was one of the best because of the fact that she broke barriers, but because she's just one of the best. And she streamed it into different platforms with Dancing with the Stars and with fashion, and I just like, I go for Cocoa Puffs over her.
She's a badass in a boys club.
She is. She's totally cool, and honestly, she does have the best fashion. Look it up.
She is great. Erin, thank you so much. Let's move on. Next on the dish, there's a new A-list couple in Titletown. Now, she just mentioned her. According to E! News, Aaron Rodgers has moved on from Danica Patrick. He is now hot and heavy with actress Shailene Woodley. The couple has been long distance for the most part, while Aaron posted the best season of his career. Okay, let me just say, it is very evident who wrote this story. It was not I. It was not Jeff. It was not Kendall. This was written by Ted, because in a story about these two, I would not have written it was the best season of his career. Anyway.
Neither would I.
Yeah. We're unclear how they met, but back in September, Aaron went on a podcast and talked about the new love for life. He had new love for life in general.
Number one, Ted, can we argue that maybe when he won the Super Bowl, that'd be the best, season of his career?
Oh, now we don't want to anger Ted. We still have 40-some minutes of quality entertainment we have to get through.
Anyway.
Can I ask a general question about Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
Because you're Sporty Spice.
Right.
I mean, do we think he's a good boyfriend? And I'm speaking in general, and I'm speaking in every way you can be a boyfriend. Right, audience? Seriously, do you think he's a good boyfriend?
I think you have to be a certain type of person to date a type of person like that. And let me explain. I think to be that successful in anything, you have to be super focused on you and your career. That's how you get there, right? It's hard to put that focus into a relationship then and still be your best as you're going to be. And when you work that hard, you're going to continue on that way. So I don't think he would be, but it's not a dig against him.
You're always going to kind of be second to football.
Right. And I mean, it's the same thing with acting, painting, people who make a ton of money on the stock market. I mean, if you're really the best, you know what I'm saying?
You have to.
That person has to kind of take a back seat.
Yep. Next up, a big moment for a special education teacher from Minneapolis on last night's Fox's Name That Tune. Look at this. This is great.
Tim, for $100,000.
Come on, Tim.
Name that tune.
American Pie.
American Pie is the correct answer.
So, Tim Ruff completed the golden buzzer round to win $100,000, as you can see with all the fireworks and confetti. He managed to guess, because here's what you have to do. 7 songs in 30 seconds. Altogether, he won $123,000. And he says he plans to buy a minivan. Well, God bless America.
God bless him.
He and Stephanie Hansen can go minivanning together.
Okay, and a minivan, I mean, I only say this because, like, minivans don't do very well on the freeways in Minnesota.
I was in front of a minivan today at the Starbucks.
Oh, do tell.
And let me just tell you, I won't describe the minivan, dark navy blue, but, and I was there around 4:57, but this minivan proceeded to order, she was in front of me, so I saw her hand. She proceeded to order not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4,
stop,
not 5,
get out,
7 Frappuccinos, which we all know from our barista friends, they hate making.
Yeah, they take a long time.
They hate making. I've spoken to many baristas. It's the bane of their existence. This woman at 4:50 something in the morning ordered 7 Frappuccinos. And I kept seeing them. I'm like, is it a clown car? Like, how many people are in that car? I was expecting, like, you know, like in parades, the Shriners jump out. I was like, how many people, how many Shriners do you have in there?
In their little hats.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody else in there. I'm like, either she's, you know, maybe she got chosen in the office pool to go get the 7 Frappuccinos. So I pull up, I'm not joking, I pull up to the Starbucks window, and this is the barista. Exhausted.
Her wrist hurt.
It was so funny.
How annoyed
I kept
were
counting.
you?
I was like, how annoyed was I?
On a level
Kendall,
of...
I'm very patient. You know my rule.
Yeah.
If you have more than 3 drinks, I think you should go inside.
Yep.
That's just my rule. I think so for me.
I concur. I think that's a good number.
I think you should go inside. Still ahead, Dax Holt will join us. He talked to a well-known wrestling superstar. And then the Super Bowl is coming up in a few days, or the big game. And you better get your wings ready. Stephanie Hansen will join us with her wings when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Welcome back, dear friends. How y'all doing? What a good show today. That was fun. We're not done yet, but I'm just saying, so far it's been good.
I stopped sweating.
Yeah, I know. You look good. I'm so happy for you. Our hot dish continues with our Insider to the Stars. Please welcome back to the show the co-host of the Hollywood Raw podcast, the one and only Dax Holt. Good morning, Dax.
Good morning, Jason. How you doing today?
Oh, Dax, you would be miserable here in Minnesota today. It is snowing. Like, we've had a really mild winter, but it's awful today, Dax. Awful.
That is why I live in California.
That's
we
right.
know that.
What is your, Dax, just make us feel bad about our life. What's the weather like there today?
Let me look on my app, but it looks like 74.
Okay. Ted, do we have to do this interview? Or do we have anything else we can put in here? Anyway, Ted said we have to do it. Anyway, okay, buddy, give us the scoop. Another big one on the Hollywood Raw podcast. Wrestling superstar Chris Jericho. What did you learn?
Yeah, he was awesome. I mean, he is such a legend in the industry. So having him on, and you know, the one thing that I got from most of the people that listen to the podcast is they were shocked how like open and fun he was, because he can be notoriously kind of like a stickler when it comes to doing interviews, or can be kind of moody. And he had a great time on our podcast. And I think that's the one thing that we bring out of people is they end up having a really good time talking to us. But one of the things we got into, we asked him, you're such a big star. Do you ever get nervous to meet someone, to be around someone, because there's so many people that are like that with you? And he goes, you know what? I had a really embarrassing moment with Paul McCartney once. He said he was at this like concert where the Beatles were there getting recognized. And he's like, I made my way up to the front, and I was right next to Paul. And I said, hey, Paul, huge fan. I just want to let you know, if anyone's bothering you, I'm here. I will watch your back. I will make sure no ninjas get to you. And then he's like, ninjas? Why did I just say ninjas? Like, what? And what I love about the moment is like, even someone as famous as him can get tongue-tied around a superstar. And we had so many like fun moments like that on the podcast with him.
And he doesn't just do wrestling, right, Dax? I mean, he's expanded out from that.
He does everything. He's in a band. He just produced a documentary. I mean, he's done really everything, honestly. And one of the other stories that was big a couple months back was his championship belt was stolen out of his car, and this like made news around the world. And we talked to him about that because he goes, you know what? This does not seem like a normal situation. He goes, I think it was a sting. I think it was a planned out operation. It wasn't just like it got stolen out of the car one night. He goes, I think there was a lot of planning that went into stealing this belt from me. So he gets all into that. And, he also talks about some of the funniest signs that he's seen fans hold up over the years. Really, just a great interview with this guy.
Because he's still going at it, right? And he's a little older than, he's what?
He's 50.
Yeah.
He's 50 something, yeah.
And he's still doing it.
Great shape. Listen, he's one of those people that's kept his body in really good condition, because, it's tough on wrestlers, to be in this industry for so long and to keep going. I mean, we've seen Hulk Hogan struggle with all the, the back problems that he's had and injuries. So I think Chris Jericho is pretty fortunate.
I know I have a lot of injuries from my time in the ring. Did you find... Dax, I was wondering about this with the pandemic, and you're talking about Hollywood Raw, doing the podcast in general. Are you finding, because for those who don't know, Dax worked for years at TMZ too, are you finding, because we are, one of the only silver linings of this year, of the pandemic, is it is much easier to book people because everybody's home. Nobody.
Oh, yes.
Are you guys finding that with the podcast?
It's been huge for us.
Yes.
And the thing is that it's acceptable to be on Zoom for interviews now. Like before, it's like, oh no, we have to come to the studio, we have to do that. And now it's like everyone's fine with Zoom, so you can get interviews left and right. We've got Pauly Shore coming on the podcast later this afternoon.
What?
I'm so excited about. Like, we could get the amount of people you get access to thanks to the pandemic. It is the one silver lining, like you said.
Wait. You have now look, you've had some good guests I've been excited about, but I'm of that generation. I'm son-in-law, like Steven Tyler PJs. Steven Tyler P. I could quote son-in-law, but anyway, and Pauly has had, and I know Pauly has had such an interesting life, hasn't he, Dax?
Such an interesting life. And one thing that I didn't realize when I was kind of doing the research on this one is, he had that Fox show that came out, and apparently it got canceled and really kind of messed up his career, because you got to remember he was on top of the world.
Huge.
And I always go like, why did one misstep in your career like disrail it so much? And I kind of want to talk to him about that and just see, was it just so disheartening that it was like, never mind, I don't want to keep going, or did it really ruin it for him? I don't know. I think he's a fascinating person. He's been one of the most famous people in the world. What was that, back in the 90s?
Yeah.
And he's coming back. He's trying to make a revival.
I love this. I can't wait to talk to you next week about it. I can't wait to listen. All of you listen. Thank you, Dax. The Hollywood Raw podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Oh, son-in-law. Have you ever seen it, Kendall?
Sorry.
No, you don't have to, no, please. This one is so good. His name is Craw, and he's the wild friend that the main woman meets when she goes to college. She's from a very small town. She goes to big city in California, and she meets Pauly Shore, and then she takes him back to small town, to her farm, and her grandfather's sitting on the porch with her friend, and he goes, "What you boys doing, whittling wood? Which one are you, Bartles or James?" And I'm the only one. I love this movie.
Sounds funny.
It is. You know what it is? It's mindless escapism. It is so good. Pop your daughter's trunk. See, I could go at the whole movie. Still ahead. We're talking Wings with the one and only Stephanie Hansen. Steven Tyler PJs. We'll be right back, everybody. Go rent Son-in-Law. Oh, God. Well, she's here. Welcome back. Super Bowl Sunday is almost here, and that means a lot of you are about to consume a lot of wings. And if you don't know where to get your wings this weekend, our next guest is here to offer some suggestions. Please welcome back to the show from the Weekly Dish. Oh my God. From the Weekly Dish, please welcome Susie Sunshine herself, Stephanie Hansen. Good morning, Stephanie.
Hello and good morning. I'm wearing a yellow coat, so I'm like trying to be cheerful today in this weird weather.
Well, it looks like you're being eaten by that box. But anyway, okay, so we have two things to do. This is takeout, and then coming up in a little bit, Stephanie spent like 80 hours in her kitchen making wings. But first, I love a good list from you, Stephanie, and we're gonna start with Red Cow. Is that what you have right there?
Yes, the Red Cow wing box. You guys, this is $55, but look at all these wings. You get their traditional buffalo wings, their dry rubbed, which are my personal favorite.
Amazing.
And then you have their Japanese sticky wings, which are also amazing. And you get like their homemade blue cheese, their dragon sauce. You get everything you need for a great Super Bowl, super party event. And you can get boneless if you want. And you can also get collie wings.
I love this because I think people just want if they're going to do takeout, they want one-stop shop.
They do, and you need to order the box by the end of the day today because they've got a lot of orders, but they'll also be open for in-person dining, and you can get this box anytime. I've ordered it for my family so many times, it's a little gross, to be perfectly honest.
Okay, Jason Show Rangers, you guys order right now. Wait till the end of the show, but order in a little bit. Okay, let's stay in Minneapolis. Runyons.
Okay, so Runyons, like, hello, the original chicken wing at Runyons. Pat Runyon in 1984 decided to bring these wings to the Twin Cities. They come in 3 different sizes. They're going to be open for takeout and also dine in. And they're just the quintessential buffalo wing, homemade blue cheese sauce. Like, I just can remember, I've been eating wings at Runyon since the 80s. Okay, that shows you I'm a little older, but what the heck. They're just fantastic. They're just perfectly done every time.
Are they a wet wing?
Yes, very wet, very saucy, buttery buffalo. So it's got that spicy buffalo sauce. It's the classic buffalo wing out of Buffalo, New York, but you can get it right down the street at Runyon's.
Okay, number 3, and you know what I'm going to say. If I can't get Serum's wings, I'm going to the Monte Carlo. The best.
I know.
Seriously, show the people, Steph. Talk to us about the Monte Carlo. Yeah, look at those.
These are dry rubbed. They call them Beijing Wings. And John Remarsic, who is the owner of the Monte Carlo, didn't like wet wings. He didn't like his fingers getting all gross. So they developed this cinnamon, Asian, dry spice that goes on these wings. These are my ultimate wings in the Twin Cities. There's nothing else like them. Well, they're just fantastic.
And Steph, I don't want to scare people. When people just heard cinnamon, people don't freak out. It's not. It's mixed in, and you don't even. It's not a sweet wing. It is the best. I can't even form words. And they are made 24 hours in advance. Stephanie, we're still on TV. Don't eat yet. But they are made with love. Love. Ugh.
And they're when I say cinnamon, it's almost like a warm spice combination
Yes.
with like a cumin and a cinnamon. And they're just perfectly salty, spicy, but not hot. Like, I don't know, that they're just my favorite wing. And they come in a wing basket. Again, you can get them takeout. They're going to be open on Super Bowl Sunday so that you can get your wings for takeout or you can eat in. They got you covered over there at the Monte Carlo.
We have about 30 seconds. One more. Lucky's 13.
Yeah, Lucky's couldn't make it out today, but they have just great bar wings, and they've got all different kinds of sauces. So they've got like a Oriental sauce, a teriyaki. They've got a bang bang sauce. They've got a habanero sauce. Just if you love like a boneless wing or a bone-in, and you just want lots of different sauces and lots of sauces to choose from, Lucky's is all over the Twin Cities, and they're just a great bar wing. I used to go there on Saturdays, play bingo, and eat a plate of wings, and it was pretty heavenly.
Yeah, and they just made news. The men over at Pajarito. That's right, are now owners, so good things ahead.
That's right.
More with the wing herself, the queen of wings, Stephanie Hansen. She's sharing her recipe at home next.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day.
Welcome back, my friends. The Men of Yam House. Find their music wherever you get yours. Sam Goody, Record Town, iTunes. I miss Sam Goody. Yeah. Hansen, remembers? Stephanie, remember Sam Goody?
Oh, I do, friend. I do.
That's right. Okay, we're back with Stephanie Hansen. And look, Steph is a lot of things. And one of them is she is a professional. And she's devoted when she signs up for something. And what I mean by that is Steph's been in the kitchen for almost a full day, haven't you, Steph? Working on this wing recipe.
I have, because a lot of us are at home for this Super Bowl. And let's face facts, restaurant wings are awesome, but if you're not doing takeout or you're not out and about, then you might be trying to do them at home. And
you want to help them.
And I don't want wings that aren't crispy crunchy.
Thank you.
Like,
yeah.
No flaccid wings for me, no weird skin. Like, I really wanted to come up with a recipe that would be crispy and feel like a restaurant wing that you could do at home.
Steph, we just heard from the FCC, you're not allowed to say flaccid. Or
you can
skin.
When you're talking about chicken skin.
That's right. God, I love you so very much. Okay, let's start with the ingredients. Director Leo, put the ingredients on the screen. Walk us through the process here, Steph.
Okay, so basically what you're going to do is you are going to, okay, there's something missing here that's kind of important. What you're going to do is you're going to put your spice and your salt in a plastic bag with a cup of flour.
Okay.
And you are going to shake up those wings in the bag.
Then
you're going to lay them out on a sheet pan. You're going to put them in the refrigerator overnight, or for an hour, 1 hour, floured wings, okay? Then you take them out of the refrigerator, and what that does is it dries out the skin so that when you bake them, you get a crispier sauce.
Is that the term? Is that blanching? Is that the term blanching, Steph?
No, blanching is when you've cooked them in water.
Got it.
And I'm telling you, don't do that because they get rubbery. They do render a lot of the fat, but the fat is what makes them taste good.
Yeah.
So when you put them in the oven, they're broiling and cooking in their own fat, and that's what's making them crispy.
Okay,
so you've shaken them, you've got them ready to go. You put your pan of sauce. So like you could have an Asian sauce, you could have K-Mama, you could have, like I did a hot sauce, I did both. You can have, this is Lost Capital Foods, their local hot sauce. Whatever sauce you pick, you have a stick of butter and a half cup of sauce. So you get that in your saucepan. Now you take your floured wing and you dip it and you put it on your sheet pan.
Okay.
And then you bake them at 400 degrees for 45 minutes, super hot oven. Now, you look in, you make sure they're getting good, right? And you can see, like, I just cooked these this morning. Then at the very end, you flip them, take them out of the oven, flip them, and you broil them for like 2 minutes and they're done. And these are crispy. Look at, these were cooked in the oven. They're not fried, and they are really delicious and really amazing, if I do say so myself. I made my own sauce. I usually use yogurt. I used a little of the Salad Girl. I use a little buttermilk.
Yeah, we have
I use a little mayo.
Yeah, we have the recipe here on screen for your dipping sauce. So it's ranch, plain Greek yogurt, a little bit of mayo, buttermilk, chopped herbs, and a pinch of salt. I got that right, Steph?
That's right. And I am a quick home cooker, so I use their ranch just to get me started with the spices. And I just whipped it up. And look, it looks real good. Like, these are professional quality wings, people, and I've made them twice now. The first time I made them, I sat and ate them. My husband was out of town. I ate them all by myself. The whole platter.
Okay, Steph, can I put you, now I'm going to give you like a Food Network challenge. Now here, listen to this. Hang with me here. How could you do your wings, but in an air fryer? Could you contort this recipe to do them in an air fryer? Why did you just huff and puff?
Because everybody loves the air fryer, including producer Jeff, and I'm just not on the air fryer bandwagon yet. So I feel a little bit left out. But what you would do is you'd cook them in your Instant Pot for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you would manually release. Then you would take those wings and you would dip them in your sauce and you'd put them in your air fryer, and they could get crispy.
Steph-a-roo, I didn't know this about you. You were an early adapter to the Instant Pot. Why are you not on the air fryer bandwagon, my dear friend?
Because when they first came out, they were like the lid for the Instant Pot. And I was like, okay, you can cook 3 things here. This is not enough for me. I'm cooking for a lot of people all the time, even when it's just myself. But my friend Jen that I talked to yesterday, she has like a convection, a microwave, and an air fryer that's in like a toaster oven.
Yeah.
So something like that might appeal to me. When they first started out, they just had this little surface area. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to broil one wing under here. I'm a big eater.
Well, we got to get you on the bandwagon. I love this. Thank you so much, Steph.
Bye. Happy Super Bowl.
Happy Super Bowl. For more information, head to stephaniesdish.com. And don't forget to listen to The Weekly Dish Saturdays at 9 on My Talk 107.1, quality radio station. We'll be right back. Stay with us, everyone. Welcome back, my friends. Hey, I mentioned this at the top. Don't forget to sign up and be a part of the Jason Show virtual audience. Go to the Jason Show Facebook page, search for Jason Show TV, and click the link we posted. Sign up for a certain day, and you'll be a part of the show. We got the best email a few seconds ago. It reads, "You and Kendall should not talk about Aaron Rodgers and listen to Ted. Ted is right. Aaron had the best season of his career. He's smart and funny and charming." She put us in our place.
I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers would argue winning a Super Bowl was probably better than not.
We'll be right back. Back in a moment. I love that woman. Welcome back to the Old Dog and Pony Show. Unpaid researcher Phil Jones weighing in on the Aaron Rodgers debate. He says 2011 was Aaron Rodgers' best season.
Thank you, Phil.
Thank
Big
you.
cheesehead, too.
There we go. Here's the question today, the bubblegum goodbye. What's your go-to drink at the bar? Or mocktail, if you,
Mine's a Jack and Diet. Jason's is a vodka soda.
Oh.
Another question?
Oh, somebody put her sassy britches on today. Wow.
No, I didn't
Now
wanna...
I know how Ted feels. The venom is just splurting everywhere. Yes.
I just wanted to make sure I had enough moments to say thank you to you and executive producer Jeff for letting me talk to Aaron Andrews. It was really nice of you. You don't have to do that, so I just appreciate it.
Well, let me be clear. There is no, as my friend Kim Johnson told me many years ago, there is no let. There is no let. This is your show too. I love you. And
you know what I mean.
Look, I know what you mean, but you don't have to thank me. This is, please, you can do what you want. Within reason. I'm joking. No.
And he does like vodka sodas.
I do like vodka sodas, but of course, please, you're important. Tomorrow on the show, it's time for another all-staff show. This time, Kendall, Jeff, maybe Ted. I'm joking. Ted and I are showing our best things ever when it comes to food. So it's our food best things ever. Y'all love these, and we love that you love them. So we all have a food. I'm loving mine. I think people are going to like it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Jeff already shot his. He shot it wrong, but you know, it's fine. It's fine.
Ted, what are you doing?
Ted won't tell us. Anyway, you guys will find out tomorrow. I'm very excited about that. That's going to do it for us. Thanks to Aaron Andrews and Stephanie Hansen, and thanks to you for watching. If you are watching and you're a kid that's being bullied, you go out there and be yourself, because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Please drive safe out there. Please, please, please. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.